The 2020s have taken every single one of us on a ride, dating back to the pandemic, shutting the world down, leaving so much uncertainty and unease that forced many to face a level of despair they've never felt. That is, unless you're a Jets fan. Decades worth of pain and suffering, and yet the more things change around the league, the more things in New York stay the same. Teams competing, tearing it down and building themselves back up all in the same time frame where the Jets have simply just existed. If decades can pass without progress, not failure, not rebuilding, just stagnation, that tells you everything you need to know. For what it's worth, there was a short period of time where the future looked bright, with plenty of great talent on both sides of the ball with a great deal of youth, and realistically they seemed like they were just a quarterback away, and with Aaron Rodgers on the horizon, the sky seemed to be the limit. Until... yeah, that truly summed up life as a New York Jets fan. A short-lived illusion defined by inner turmoil, media leaks, and football that never came close to the hype. Being an organisation with a revolving door of front office and coaching regimes, cleaning house had become routine at this point. With Woody Johnson paving way for Aaron Glenn and company, and heading into free agency with $47 million in cap, and having signed the apparent hotter commodity out of Detroit, maybe the Jets were in store to get their own flavour of Detroit Lion football and were on the verge of fast-tracking their rebuild. With a youthful roster, with cap space, with optimism, and with the belief they've copied a functional franchise, boy, was it the opposite. Aaron Glenn's debut year as head coach was reminiscent of Dan Campbell's. Well, at least in the standings. Finishing with 3 wins apiece, what separates Dan and Aaron had nothing to do with football, where Campbell thrived, showing transparency, accountability, and his willingness to pour his heart out into the team. Glenn showed very little of that. He didn't just struggle with delivering a competent product on the field, he struggled with leadership, transparency, and accountability. From the numerous times he begrudgingly addressed the media, whether he was speaking in riddles or often acting as if they're inferior, or dancing around basic subjects such as who's starting at what position, he did all this, but most importantly kept up his macho persona. Entering the season, there wasn't many expectations. Fresh off the Aaron Rodgers and Robert Saleh partnership, the Jets seemed desperate for a reset and a breath of fresh air after a disastrous 2 years. With Justin Fields getting a shot with his former college wide receiver Garrett Wilson and being surrounded by a very talented and young offense, and with Coach Glenn stepping up from his defensive coordinator position in Detroit and taking the reins of what had the makings of being a solid defense, the Jets looked like they had something, and almost immediately it fell apart. 7 straight losses to start the year, recording only 1 takeaway and allowing 26 points per game. To shipping off your 2 best defenders for picks, to the offense being stagnant, non-existent, and not being the caliber of an NFL offense, and the defense, not only the worst at taking the ball away in the present, but being the only team in the NFL's 106-year history to not record an interception over the course of the regular season. There's a difference between bad teams and dysfunctional teams. Bad teams lack talent, but directionless and dysfunctional teams lack answers. And when you reach the end of a season with no answers, you start looking for someone else to blame. Scapegoating a large portion of your coaching staff, firing them, and pretending the problem stops there. If the NFL ever needed a blueprint for how to become a one-and-done head coach, Aaron Glenn just wrote it. Maybe he should have been fired the moment the off-season started. Maybe that was the easy answer, but zoom out for a second. Look at the coaching candidates available now. Look at the 2026 draft. Thin at quarterback, thin on the roster, thin on hope. Then look ahead to 2027. A deeper draft, a stronger coaching pool, and a chance to finally align a young quarterback with an offensive mind that isn't coaching for his job from day one. Because sometimes the worst move isn't holding on too long. It's panicking and hitting the reset with nothing worth resetting to. And when your organization's reputation gets so bad that the media is openly telling quarterbacks not to declare, that's not a rebuild problem, that's an identity problem.